Well, hello there, it's Blue. If you're wondering why I look so disheveled, it's because I was just walking by the sea. I don't really get out of the house that much. So I meant to make this video earlier. I actually did make this video earlier. I made this video back in December and I was gonna upload it for the new year, but then I forgot to edit it, and so I'm making it again. So I only started watching K-dramas in 2019, so this is technically speaking all of the K-dramas that I've ever watched. Now I'm currently watching 3 because I'm a dumbass. I watched 6 dramas. I watched, oh, why is that so hard to say? I watched 6 dramas last year, which isn't that many, but like I would go a couple weeks without watching any and then watch like 3 at the same time. If I'm in any high stress situation, I can't watch dramas. So like I just had exams, so I stopped watching dramas for like 2-3 weeks kind of thing, just because I was like, no. Yeah. So I'm back to watching dramas now that the stress situation is gone. I know I usually talk about K-pop, but I mentioned that I kind of wanted to branch out, do more things, so K-drama seems like a fun thing to do. So if you like K-pop and K-dramas and all that kind of fun stuff and want to see more videos like this, you might as well give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on that little bell notification. It's just a fun time. So the first drama that I watched, which was around this time last year, was Memories of the Alhambra. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, you can kindly correct me in the comments. It's really what got me interested in watching dramas, and I thought that it was like the most amazing thing that I had ever seen. But now that I've watched more dramas and I have more to compare it with, it's not my favorite. I love it, but it's not on my top of my list. First of all, I started watching it, had no clue that Chanyeol was gonna be in it, so if you want to watch it for Chanyeol, don't. I'd recommend you watch the drama, but if the only reason you want to watch it is because of Chanyeol from EXO, I wouldn't recommend you do that because he's barely in it. I used to skim past, like I used to like flick through the episode before I watched it on Netflix and be like, is he in it this time? It was really, really beautiful, quite frustrating at points, but I feel like a lot of K-dramas are really frustrating. It confused me at points as well. Like I feel like some things were like, that doesn't make sense. Like, there's something not so right with that. So it was a little bit confusing at some points, and it kind of made up the rules as it went along. So if you can look past all the like flaws in the plot, it's really good. And the ambiguous ending that it was given just killed me. Like I wanted to murder somebody because I was just like, I'm not okay with this ambiguous ending. This isn't what I wanted. It was too ambiguous. Sometimes they like to leave things a little bit up in the air, but since there's rarely ever a second season to a K-drama, I just wanted a nice close. Yeah, so I wasn't a big fan of the ambiguous ending. I wasn't a fan of the ending. The actual drama itself, I really liked. I could look past all the flaws in the plot, but the ending just was like, ugh, killed me. I hated it. The next drama that I watched was Strong Girl Bong-Soon, and I watched it because I saw someone else watching it on my Instagram, and I was like, that looks really good. And then I DM'd them being like, what is this? And they were like, Strong Girl Bong-Soon. But it has conflicting names. Like some people call it Strong Woman Bong-Soon, and then some people call it Strong Girl Bong-Soon, but you get the gist. That drama was so cute. Like the whole thing was so cute. I know that there was a lot of like violent things that happened in it. It was like there were intense moments, but it was very cute. It was like very cutesy along all the way through, but quite empowering at the same time to see a woman in this like really like strong woman role. Like she's literally a strong woman. It was cute. It was really heartwarming. The romance in it was gorgeous. I feel like you can't flaw Strong Girl Bong-Soon because it's a lot of people's favorite drama. Like a lot of people watch that show religiously. I've seen some people watch that show like 5 times over and over and over again because they love it so much. As well as that, one thing that I really loved about Strong Girl Bong-Soon is that Park Bo-young is such a phenomenal actress. Like I don't know how she gets those tears and that anguish to come out of her. Like she's so cute and adorable and she's so pretty, but then she just, the emotions that come out of her, it's like wailing and screaming, but it works. Like it could seem over dramatic, but that's kind of the point of K-dramas. It's just, her acting is phenomenal. I can't believe she's able to get tears out like that. She's just a phenomenal actress. So I would watch it for her and her alone. The acting in general was phenomenal, but hers was just top tier. Next drama was My personal favorite, and that was Abyss. I watched it religiously from the start, from like episode 2 is when I think I started watching it. I started watching it religiously. It was the only thing that got me through work, because that was when I was working my summer job. It just got me through it. I just lived to watch that show. I lived to watch Abyss, and that was like it. Like, some people were eating to live, I was watching Abyss to live. It's so good. And it's the first drama that like I genuinely shed tears at. I was emotionally invested, too much so to be honest. It was Park Bo-young was in it as well, and it got me a little bit salty because she's gorgeous, she's so pretty, oh my goodness, but like in the show she was like feeling like she wasn't as a, oh my god, look at my hand. Sorry. In the show, it was like she wasn't as pretty as she was before she was brought back by the Abyss. No, she's gorgeous. What are you talking about? I can't do it anymore. Under the sea, under the sea. I can't. No. Abyss had my favorite couple. Like, the love in Abyss was the best thing I've ever seen. Oh, it shows what's in here, and that really counts. It was just the best thing ever. It was just like, their love was so pretty, and the ending was gorgeous. I feel like the ending just like tied everything together in this cute little knot. I was genuinely really afraid that we weren't gonna get like a nice little cute ending. Like, I was terrified, but we did. We got a lovely little cute little ending, and I was delighted with myself. It just really fucked with me emotions. I would give Abyss a 10 out of 10. Like, no flaws. It had no flaws for me. I know it probably did for some people, but it had no flaws for me. The next drama that I watched, which I watched at the same time as Abyss, was One Spring Night. Now, if you're gonna watch it, it is very, very slow paced. Like, all the other dramas had something kind of fantasy-esque. Like with Memories of the Alhambra, it's a video game that manifests in real life, and so it's not based in this, it's based in this world, but it's not based in reality. And then Strong Girl Bong-Soon as well, based in this world, but not based with our reality. Wait, what? It only works if it's through the water. Sorry. Abyss, although it's based in this world, is very, very fantasy-esque. But One Spring Night is completely based in this reality. There is no magic going on throughout it. It's just this reality, and it shows real life. And I really liked the cinematography in it, because it would have these really, really long shots where it's kind of, the camera's at a distance and it's just looking, it's as if you're literally looking at someone's real life, because it's supposed to show real life problem. It really, really questions a lot of the traditions in Korea, the societal standards of marriage and love. It really questions a lot of those, and so I think that it was really, really well done. Like, what is more important, your kids being happy and in love, or them being in very prestigious marriages, you know? Like, your daughter is being abused, but God forbid she gets a divorce. Your daughter is in an unloving marriage, but God forbid she marries someone who already has a kid. It's extremely slow paced, and at some points I was kind of like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And it was frustrating at some points, but like, it was nice to kind of get this kind of realistic look at relationships. The next drama that I watched was He is Psychometric. And I obviously watched this one because I saw that Jin Young from GOT7 was in it, and so I was like, well, I have to check this out now. It was a lot more intense than I was expecting it to be, but it's very lighthearted and has a lot of funny moments, has a lot of joking around, but it does get very intense. There is an immensely heartbreaking scene in it that I was talking to someone, they're like, I stopped watching it after that scene. They just couldn't continue to watch it after that. I'm not gonna give it away because I don't want to spoil anything, but there is some heartbreaking scenes in it, and the ending is quite heartbreaking as well. Like, it feels complete and it feels whole, but you're emotionally torn. Like, you're just so emotionally like, I don't want that to be the way it ends. I know that's the way it should end, but I don't want it to be that way. You're trying to, for a lot of it, I was trying to convince myself that the person that I knew was, technically speaking, really bad, wasn't bad. Like, I was trying to convince myself, I was like, no, it's not him. It's not him. He didn't do anything wrong. I was adamant that it wasn't going to turn out the way that I thought it was going to turn out, but it turned out the way I thought it was going to turn out, and I was just heartbroken. I didn't want it to happen. But the ending was still quite sweet. It ended the way it should have ended, in my opinion. It was just quite heartbreaking to see. The last drama that I watched, which is actually the second drama that I watched, I didn't put this in like order of what I watched. I watched a Korean Odyssey, which was so frustrating. Like, I just, like, through the whole drama, I was just like, no. It was so frustrating. It made me so mad. It just, like, I loved it, but it made me so mad. And it made me want to scream and hurt something. It was the bane of my existence. I found it so hard to watch because, like, you want things to work out perfectly and come out wrapped in this little box and be perfect. But it was so frustrating to watch, but you couldn't stop watching it because I was just like, I need to know what happens. I need to know what happens. It was emotionally traumatizing to watch. It just, I wanted everything to work out perfectly, but of course nothing worked out perfectly, stupid bitch. It was a yes, but a no. If I had to rate them, Abyss was my favorite, then He is Psychometric, then Strong Girl Bong-Soon, then One Spring Night, then A Korean Odyssey, and then Memories of the Alhambra. That would be my ranking of the ones that I watched last year. Currently, I'm watching 3. I'm currently watching Melting Me Softly, which I had to take a break from watching because of exams, but it's just I'm also watching Chocolate, which I'm very early on in watching that show, and it's quite sad. It's really sad. What am I saying quite sad for? That was really sad. Chocolate is really sad. So far, anyway. I'm hoping for some good things happening. I'm saying that now, probably won't happen. It's gonna be sad all the way through, isn't it? Anyway, I'm also watching Psychopath Diaries, which I was really concerned about watching because I was like, I can't fall in love with another psychopath because I do that a lot. Like, I was in love with Tate Langdon in American Horror Story. Still kind of am. But yeah, I was just like, I can't fall in love with another psychopath. But luckily, the little cutie isn't actually a psychopath. So it's actually really cute and really good. Just as a little extra, like if you just like Asian dramas in general, I also watched one Thai drama last year, and that was The Stranded, which I was frantically watching on Christmas Eve, like at like 2 o'clock in the morning when I knew I was gonna be waking up at 8 a.m. in my bed, frantically watching it, just being like, what the fuck? It was really good. I would really highly recommend that. That is the first Netflix Thai series. That might be completely incorrect, but it is on Netflix. So if you want to watch The Stranded, I would highly recommend it. Even if you don't want to watch anything that isn't K-dramas. Then again, like if you're okay with watching K-dramas, you should be okay with watching other shows in other languages. This is a really good drama. It's so good. If you have any other K-dramas that you'd like to recommend, you can always comment them down below. You can discuss it with each other, what you thought. If you watched any of these, tell me what you think of them, because I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to turn on post notifications. Remember, you say genius, I think Min Yoon Gi. All my socials will be linked down below, and I will see you when I see you. Okay, bye!